Hey guys, and welcome back. So just to update on the Trailblazer, pretty much I've had it for 2.5 years, just shy of 2.5 years. I think I'm like 1 month shy, so I think 2 years and 5 months or so. And so far, just an update. My wheel alignment is worse now when I'm driving straight. The steering wheel is crooked. I almost hit a deer the other day, and when I hit the brakes, I either hit like a small pothole or a little bump in the road or something. I didn't hit the deer, but it was close, but I didn't hit him, I could tell. Sorry, her. I didn't hit her. It was a doe. And then either that or it was whatever was loose in the first place that made the alignment on this a little bit off. It might have slid or something because I heard a thunk, and it had like more of a almost like a vibration with it too after the thunk. So I'm thinking maybe it was something on the metal, maybe slipped and caught, and it just vibrated. But either way, my alignment is now off more. So excuse me. So now the steering wheel is crooked when I'm driving straight. It wasn't before the deer. And also I noticed it wanders more when I'm driving on the highway and stuff. It tends to want to go whichever way it wants to go. It's a little bit more hard to control, so I did an alignment done to it. But and then the rear hatch started acting up like 3-4 months ago, and excuse me. Normally I hit the unlock button on the doors, and it would unlock with it. I just open it up. Now I have to like constantly press the unlock button while I'm trying to open it, or else I can't get it to open. So that's just something weird, another weird quirk with this thing. And then also on top of that, I bought a new vehicle, a new old vehicle, new to me. So it's right next to me, and that is my 2014 Honda Ridgeline. It is a special edition, which is the highest trim that you could get for 14. And that is also the last year that they made them. With the a lot of people thought they were ugly, so they have like the weird back end like that. The new ones are different. They have like a normal bed. That one has like kind of like a Chevy Avalanche bed. Excuse me, but there are some cool things about it. I will let you know. I've only driven it like I bought it a couple days before Thanksgiving. Today is February 10th of 25. I bought it a few days before Thanksgiving, and I've only put like 600 or 700 miles on it. I've been driving the Trailblazer because, as you can see, there's, snow. And they put salt down. I'm in Ohio. They put salt and brine down, which brine is concentrated salt water. So everything rusts really fast. And that thing has like no rust on it whatsoever, except for one little like dime-sized spot. Even underneath it, it's like no rust. So I haven't got it undercoated yet. I need to do that before I drive it more. And I've just been driving it on nice days. Like today was a somewhat nice day, but it was snowing when I left, and the roads are still covered with snow, which means they put salt down. So tomorrow I might drive that, because it's supposed to be a nicer day. But excuse me. Then I might do a video of it tomorrow, but I gotta clean it off. It seems to I don't know. There's also certain things I want to show that I can't do it when there's like snow or ice on it, and there was a lot of ice in the bed, and I wanted to show off some stuff in that to people that don't know about it. So I got the ice out, but it's still. The other day I tried to open up the part of it, and it there was something that didn't work right. So not that it didn't work right. It just I can't really say it without spoiling what the feature of the truck. But either way. So I've been driving the Trailblazer more because it's already rusty. I've had it undercoated, like I had it 2 years ago, and it's not really worth putting money into until like I have to do the alignment, because that's a safety thing, because it does wander and it's harder to control. But other than that, like the other quirks and stuff, like the windshield wipers only working on high, I can deal with that. The rear hatch only opening that way, I can deal with that. The 4-wheel drive the way it is, I can deal with that. So it's just it's just a beater, honestly. Now when I first bought it, yeah, there were some things wrong with it, but some more stuff has gone wrong with it, and now it's just a beater, I guess. Which is also why I bought the Ridgeline. So the other part was in October the transmission lines in this were leaking, so I bought I had to drive the Challenger while this was in the shop for like 5 days, and which if you have been on my channel a bit, I don't drive the Challenger in the rain. Like, I absolutely do not. I have like PTSD from hydroplaning in my. I had a '96 Pontiac Trans Am, like like a Camaro, but the Firebird. The Trans Am's like a package of it, or a trim level of it. So I wrecked it on a curve and I hydroplaned. So I have like a PTSD with, like, especially muscle cars or sports cars, driving in the rain, especially rear wheel drive ones, which the Challenger is. So I'm fine with like trucks and stuff because the tread is usually deeper and the water, like, they're heavier, and it's just like the water, I don't know, has a place to go with the tires because they're deeper tread. With the cars, a lot of times they're performance oriented, not rain oriented, so you can still hydroplane with like brand new tires sometimes. So just to keep myself from wrecking another muscle car that I like a lot, I just don't drive it in the rain. So, but I had to drive it in the rain 3 different days that week because the Trailblazer was in the shop and I didn't have another vehicle. So, in my head, I was like, well, if that would have happened in December, I would be kind of SOL because the Challenger doesn't have snow tires on it. It has like summer tires on it. And if that was December and, like, 15 degrees, 20 degrees outside and snowing, I wouldn't even be able to go to work. And 5 days of calling off, I can't really do. So so I ended up buying the Ridgeline, because the Ridgeline, I made sure it was it's front wheel drive bias, but it's all wheel drive once you start slipping. It's a very, very, especially for 2014, it's a very, very good system. Honestly, because this one, if you look at it, that one has like normal passenger tires, and this one here has 3-peak rated snow tires, mud and snow tires on it, which 3-peak are supposed to be like really good. Not as good as snow tires, but they're very aggressive tread for mud and snow. And it's an extra rating that they did. They have M plus S, and they also have the M plus S, and they have a 3-peak snow rating, which is what these tires have. Those ones do not. Those are just normal, like, car tires. But even with those on that all-wheel drive system, and then these more aggressive tires with this four-wheel drive system, I think they're pretty close to being able to handle, like, pretty much exactly the same conditions. The Ridgeline is actually way better on, like, snow-covered roads like that with the ice and stuff. It is way better. This thing has to slip a little bit before, like, if you have it in Auto 4, it has to slip a little bit before it engages. The Ridgeline kind of just knows somehow. It kind of just knows, and even the engineers that made the system for that, they don't even know when it's in two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. I was watching a video, and they admitted, like, they designed the system, but they have no idea when it's in two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. So, or all-wheel drive, I should say. And you really cannot tell, really. I mean, it just drives. If you're on dry pavement, it drives the same way as it does on ice almost. It just goes. You hit the gas, it goes. This one, it slips and then catches. You hear a thunk. The Ridgeline, there's like no thunking whatsoever. It just automatically figures it out. And I'm pretty impressed with it so far. I've only driven it on like one kind of snowy day, and it did very well with what I was doing, and it seemed to be better than this. So, but this is my beater. It's, like I said, all the twerk's going wrong with it. It's got 136 or 7,000 miles on it. The Ridgeline I bought with 104,000, and I've only driven it like 600 or 700 miles since I bought it a couple days before Thanksgiving. And like I said, today is February 10th. So, I haven't really driven it. I think it's been like 6 times I've driven it, like, to and from somewhere. So I've gotten used to it, but like I said, it's like rust free. There's like nothing on that thing except for like a dime size thing on the one wheel well on the back. There's like nothing else wrong. Even underneath, it's like spotless almost. So I don't want to drive that till I get it undercoated, because I live in Ohio and they put salt down for everything, which is why this thing is a beater probably, because it's been in salt for its whole life probably. Because it was in New York. There's a New York inspection sticker there. It was in New York before I bought it, so New York uses salt also. Ohio uses salt and brine, which brine is like a concentrated salt water. So when you're driving on it, it sprays everywhere, and it gets everywhere. So it's harder to wash off than salt, because salt, at least with it being solid particles, it does kind of bounce off. It only hits in certain areas. Um, but it's almost like when you're driving behind somebody on a gravel road. The gravel, you might get a couple things that you can hear it hitting your car. But if you're behind somebody in the rain, your windshield gets covered and everything. That's what happens underneath your car. So it just is covered with salt water, and then it just rusts like crazy. So, so I'm just gonna keep on driving this until it doesn't anymore. I'm gonna try to get undercoated more. I'm not really sure if I want to spend the money on this one that much, but if I get it undercoated and do the body work on the doors and stuff, it might last a little bit longer. I mean, the mileage wise, it's fine. The transmission shift's good, engine's good. But it's just, this thing's probably gonna be the same thing as like the red Monte Carlo, where it rusts out before it goes bad. So if I can keep that from happening a little bit longer, a year or two longer, that'll be a year or two longer that thing won't be in the snow as much. So I'll figure that out. But yeah, if you have any questions, comments, leave them down below. I will try to answer them as best as I can. I do not have sponsors on my videos, so if you have any questions about any product I've had, or I've mentioned in the past, just let me know. I'll try to answer as best as I can. That was one thing too. I did a video. I don't know if I actually mentioned it, but I use this Prestone. It's a de-icer spray. It comes in a trigger bottle or a aerosol can, and the aerosol can has like a scraper on top. I did a video, but I had something was glitching on my phone, or something, I can't remember. Or somebody called me, I think it was, so I had to it didn't turn out right. So either way, I have this Prestone stuff. It's in the garage. I can't show you because we have had freezing rain, so I didn't want to keep it in the car, because then I need to get in the car to get it, and stuff freezes shut. So it's in the garage, but I use that. Like, I love that stuff. I use it in Colorado a lot, and like I said, not a sponsor. I don't have any sponsors, but you spray it like across the top of your windshield and stuff, like across the top, and you let it just run down. And same thing with your side windows. And then what I do is I turn on the car, put on the defroster, put on the rear defroster, and when I put that stuff on, I will do the front and rear windows last for scraping the ice off. I usually do the side windows first. I not even this one. I do the back one, like this one here, or even the back one back there. I do them first because when you have your defroster on, it's going to take care of a little bit of this and also a little bit of this part. And that also makes it easier for you to get your scraper underneath it and get the rest of the ice off. And it also thins the ice a little bit. So while you're working on the side ones that have no heat going to them, your defroster is working on a little bit here, and then your rear defroster is working on the rear window. So it made sense to do them last, because you might not even have to do them at all if you do them last. So it just depends on how long it takes for the other windows. So, but yeah, so I use that stuff. If you have any questions or comments about that, let me know. I've been using it for quite a while. I love the Prestone product line, like the windshield washer fluid for summer, like the bud wash, and also the wintertime, the de-icer, and also those aerosol cans. I love like all their stuff, but they have a trigger bottle of that de-icer, and when your hands are cold and stuff, even with gloves on and stuff, your hands get tired of spraying that stuff. I mean, you're spraying the trigger over and over and over and over, and your finger gets tired. The aerosol can, you just hold it. And I think volume-wise, it gives you a lot more of it, and it only takes a couple seconds, whereas the trigger bottle takes, I'd say, 30 seconds to get the same amount out, just for one window. So I don't prefer that, but I like the aerosol can. So, but either way, if you have any questions, comments, leave them down below. I will be doing more videos of the Ridgeline. So, and also because it's getting warmer out, I'll be doing more of the Challenger, I think. So, just, watch out for those. I'll probably do more on the Ridgeline, because since it's new to me, and I've already done enough videos for this thing, and there's really not much to have a video on this about, except for like new stuff that goes wrong with it, really, or anything I fix. But the Ridgeline is cool because it has I have to go through it because it's there's stuff I like a lot, and there's also things I hate about it. So I'm gonna do a video of like like a review about it basically. But I think you guys will like the videos I have of them because it's got some cool features, but like I said, it's got some things I don't like. So so that'll be coming in the future. So just watch out for those. And I really appreciate you guys liking and subscribing. It's really helping me out. And like I said, if you have any questions, comments, leave them down below. And thanks for watching.